Kasasagi Usagi, and I am here with more Final Fantasy XIV. Let's hop in with Q very, very quickly. Who is not in the voice chat? What we are gonna do first, there she is.
Sorry, I forgot.
It's okay. What we're gonna do first, because we do have a dungeon. I became very edgy. Before we do our dungeon, we are gonna do our, you also, Miss Q, need to do your warrior job quests. So I'm gonna do, the next Dark Knight one I have, and then I'm gonna go do my White Mages one, because I will do the dungeons as a White Mage. An anger you know all too well smolders within Siduru. It took considerable effort, but at last I have learned the whole truth. Attend to me, Akali. You have a right to know. For countless generations, the sons and daughters of House Collinal have pledged themselves to the church, so devoted to the faith they are. Many rose to positions of great prominence within the clergy, and for a time, Countess Istride de Colnat was poised to do the same, and when she and her husband celebrated the birth of their firstborn, the futures of the house seemed brighter than ever. That is, until years later, when the Inquisitors came. Information gleaned during the interrogation had implicated her husband as a heretic. When the Countess confronted him with these allegations, he brought a vial to his lips and completed his transformation. One he proudly declared was decades in the making. The Temple Knight slew him as he tried to rip out her throat. Afterwards, she had Riel locked away in the deepest cell she could find. Madness! What monster thinks to find absolution in her daughter's death? You mustn't go. She'll kill you. She'll kill us anyway if we don't. I know what I'm doing, Riel. I have a plan. Akali, recall you the dragon's words when we told her of our dark arts. She said that there were tiny beings who know a better way. If they can teach us how to harness the abyss, mayhap we can stand against Lady Istride and her minions. Unfortunately, I haven't the foggiest idea who these tiny beings might be. Unfortunately, Sid, I do in fact know the answer. Well, if it isn't one of the new visitors from below, are you searching for something? If so, just ask. I pride myself on being the second most well-informed mogul here, Kupo. My, that's a rather grim way of living, isn't it? I can't say I've ever heard of knights so infatuated with darkness. However, I think I might know why she bade you visit us. Go ahead and fetch your friends. We have an awful lot to talk about, Kupo. Welcome to Magom, Kupo. This little one must be Riel, which makes the big one Sid, right? Yes, I presume you're one of the tiny beings of whom the dragon spoke. Riel, say something to the Moogle. Riel? Riel! I'm sick of this charade. You tell me to talk, but then refuse to listen. You tell me you're doing this for me, and then you go on about darkness and the abyss. Am I supposed to be grateful that you come back covered in blood when I put you back together so you can do it again? You drag me halfway across the world so you can discover a new way to kill yourself, and tell me it's for my sake. Why are we here, Siduru? Tell me the real reason. Riel, of course it's for your sake. Well, you've certainly had a lot of practice saying it, haven't you? I'm sure the next fair maiden will appreciate it. What are you saying? It's not like that, Riel. And you, say something, damn you. Oh, I think I'm beginning to understand this whole darkness concept, Kupo. Harnessing the power of your emotions or some such, yes? I'm reminded of an ancient legend about the Moogle named Mog. Rather simple name, I know, but those were simpler times, Kupo. Anyway, Mog had a penchant for dancing and... Wait, what does dancing have to do with the dark arts? Everything, Kupo, everything! The point is, your master was absolutely right when he told you to submit to the flame. You just never figured out what he meant by that. But better late than never, Kupo. Master Moggy will show you the way. First, you two Dark Knights will need to pull 4 sprigs of palmwort each. Up to it, Kupo. I fail to see what purpose this serves, but fine. You will have your precious palmwort. Oh, and Riel, can you stay here with us while and Riel can stay here with us while you're away. Let's go, Akali. I was wondering when this particular quest was coming up. So poppin' in here. How you doing, my man? Strength is pain, strength is suffering, strength is sacrifice. Ugh, sod this. Yeah. It's a fetch quest, my man. They're everywhere. We have to do the midland quests out here at some point. There's so much to do, so little time to do it. I knew I could jump down somewhere. There you are, darkest dark one of the dark. Have you brought my palmwort? Very nice, Scoopo. That must have kept you busy for a while. For your next trial, you must call Tullyhands, Kupo. Rather a lot of them have been sighted on the road to Asha. If you wait there long enough, they're sure to show up, Kupo. Riel? Oh, you needn't worry about her. She's off playing with some friends of mine, Kupo. Just focus on the trial and wait for me in Asha when you're finished. Sounds like a lot like doing Moogle chores. I genuinely don't quite remember, but I remember that it was like notorious, and like people couldn't wait for me to get to this quest line. Hey, mind your business, dinosaur. And I can kill these things and my garbage gear is a miracle. It just takes it. Let's see. Let's see. Where are we going? Uh-oh. I don't know actually know if I'm geared for this to do. But we'll try. You don't have to make me any gear. I've been trying to like bum it. Cause I was like, oh, I'll just get some from like dungeons and stuff. And man, that sure hasn't happened. What in the hells are we doing, Akali? What could Moogles possibly know about mastering the dark arts? Foolish fools! Right then, what's all this? While you two were busy gathering palmwort and slaying tule hens, we kidnapped Riel, Kupo! Oh yes, Kupo! We have had so much fun playing together. So much fun indeed, Kupo! So much fun that we thought we might keep her here forever. You wouldn't dare. If you don't believe us, go and look. You'll never find her, Kupo. Not in a million years. She's ours. You'll never see her again. It's true, Kupo. You furry little shites. Give her back to me now, or I swear I will kill every last one of you and burn your village to cinders. Sid, I swear to God, I'm not giving up. I'm not here to burn out. Oh, we gotta kill the healer first. Kill the bard with a level gun. All my training. King Moggle Mog normal. That's really prepared. Rogue Knight. Oh. That's the biggest spell cleave I've ever seen. Why can Moogles do this? The Bard Moogle didn't melt into a pile of money. I'm actually really scared of this Warrior Moogle with the the largest spell cleaves known to man. They're dead, crap. Ouch! You could really hurt someone carrying on like that, Kupo. That's the bloody point. Now tell me where she is if you want to live. Wait. That's the White Mage life, oh man. Why do you want her back so badly, Kupo? What kind of question is that? You kidnapped her. But you don't seem like having her around that much anyway, right? She's just a burden to you, so why do you care what happens to her? I swore an oath to protect her. That's what we Dark Knights do. I think that if you think that will give you strength enough to protect her, duty and honor, I'll tell you what you need, Kupo. Whence comes true strength to defend the meek? Is it honor? Is it justice? How bland? Could it be that darkness is born of a light? A flame burning for another? How grand! 'Tis love, all powerful, shining love. Rather blunt, I'll admit, but subtlety doesn't seem to be your strong suit, Kupo. Oh, that wasn't him. Rather blunt, I'll admit, but subtlety doesn't seem to be your strong suit, Kupo. Real. Well, here we are. Go on, Riel. Say your piece. I know you and Frey were trying to do right by your master. That you came to my defense because you believed that's what he would have wanted. And I know you only did that because you believed it would make you stronger, because all you truly care about is killing more Temple Knights. I've seen how you look at them, how you curse them under your breath, how you relish every opportunity to cut them down. So don't tell me that it's been all for me. Don't tell me that Frey died for me. Everything I have done for my mother and my father. For my master, and yes, most of all, for me. I haven't been honest with you nor myself, and for that I am sorry. I will stand for you in this coming trial, but what happens after will be your decision. Good. That's a promise. little bastards had us fooled, eh? Shame their wisdom is bollocks. I mean, really now, love, that's what you need to harass. That's what you need to harness the abyss. I mean, I suppose there's something to be said for caring deeply for your charge, but no, no. I will not give these cretins even a sliver of credit. This was an utter waste of time, and that's that. Still, I am glad to have come to an understanding with Rael. We should return to Ishgard. The hour of the trial draws close. Come along, Rael. Oh, hell yeah. 285 bucks. Oh, I always go to the broom, and I mean to go not there. The broom is never where I want to go. Ooh. It needed to be said. I was about Rael's age when I came to Ishgard. My parents, they said we would find a better life here. In Ishgard? When the Temple Knights we had shown mercy returned, they let us choose an order in which we would die. That would be their mercy to us, they declared. I watched my parents kneel in the dirt. Look away, they said, but I could not. At last, when it was my turn, I knelt and prepared to follow them into death. I closed my eyes, but when I opened them, a man in black stood before me, hand outreached, and so I took it. Defend the meek, punish the wicked. Mayhap it was all but a convenient excuse to indulge in vengeance. She deserves better than me, but there is no one else. One more battle, Kali. Let's see it done. Mayhap in this final battle I can serve as my master intended. Hello! Hello, Zane. Alright, so now we have to do White Mage, and then I will be good. One day we'll hit 60. Slow going, but we'll get there. We are in Stormblood. We are not on any patch, technically. So technically 4.0, but I'm doing my, I have to do job quests real quick. Oh, I want to be a white mage. Rhea Osana seems unsurprised to see you. I thought you might come Akali of the White. You sensed it, yes? The agitation of the elementals. I suggest you present yourself to Brother Esumiyan at Stillglide Fane. He will no doubt welcome your assistance in identifying the origin of this disturbance. Oh, you really Conjurer's Guild? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Akali, how fortuitous. Sister Rhea Osana directed you to the guild? Glad I am that she did. As I am sure you have felt yourself, the elementals are in uproar, and whilst I would soon depart on my investigation, the foreign's disquiet appears to stem from lands that cannot be approached in blind haste. I speak of East End, at the very edge of the Twelveswood. Long has this border betwixt Garabanya and our nation been held by the forces of the Garlean Empire. The Alliance did recently take control of Balestar's Wall and thus commands the fortifications in East End, but the stability of the region is yet tenuous at best. It would be a far more certain venture were I to have you at my side. Are you willing to make the journey? Then we need delay no longer. Let us make our preparations and begin our trek from Camp 9 IVs. I was about to ask you what your warrior quest was about, and then I had a very startling remembrance. I was like, oh yes.
Not
That's
actually
what.
doing the warrior quest because in normal Q fashion, I did not read correctly,
Mhm.
and my warrior is not level 62. She is level 64. So a bit too much.
You still need whatever. You still need to do those, I think.
I will do them, but I'm currently doing Gunbreaker stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll switch back when
But
it's...
the reason why I
when
wanted
it's
you to do the quest is because sometimes you get job skills, and we have a dungeon coming up. That's why I wanted you to do the warrior quest. So you have to do them, regardless.
Okay, I just didn't want to overlevel.
No, it's fine. It's
my girl.
too late for that. Because you... Yeah, go get those done. It's true. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. By Camp Drybone, like not Eastern Panhandle. But yeah, the Mirror Knights are like the big owl things. Thank you again for coming, Akali. I arrived some moments earlier, and bent my ear to the forest, whispering. Although here it might be better described as a keening, there is no doubt that we are nearer to the source, and I am also certain that we are not alone. Come out! You cannot hide your presence from me. Oh. Oh, Sylphie. I should have known you would sense me. Your early failures to attend lessons gave me ample practice at finding those who did not wish to be found. Now am I to assume that you, too, have been brought here by the plight of the elementals? Yes, Guildmaster. I'm sorry for leaving without permission, but I just had to know what was causing all this commotion. You will return to Stilgard Fane and leave the investigation to a colleague to me. Such is the danger inherent to this task, even I felt compelled to request assistance. Please, Guildmaster, let me help. Never have I heard the voice of the elementals so clearly before. They want to tell me something. I just know it. And it is that very something that I, as Guildmaster, am charged to discover. You, as an acolyte, are neglecting your duties back at the guild. But how can I ignore their pleas? I feel their unease like chains tightening around my chest. Isn't it my duty as a conjurer to protect the forest? Their unease. You truly sense this emotion from the river of their rotations, and you truly wish to return the forest to tranquility? I swear by the matron herself, I only want to put into practice the lessons you have taught me. A noble purpose, but if I were to permit this, you must promise to weigh the consequences of your actions before you commit to them. I would not see a repeat of previous incidents. Then I can come? I promise I'll be careful, and I'll be sure to ask for Akali's help the moment I need it. See that you do. Now it's past time we brave the borderlands of Garabania. We can travel as far as Amaris's Spire. Then a serpent officer will guide us through the ruins of the castrum from there. Why this child no grow? Oh, we are just simply going. Whoop. This way. Ugh, it's getting worse. There's not unease anymore. This is fear. The closer we are to Easton, the more certain I am we are moving in the right direction. The precise location of the disturbance yet eludes me. However, even from the elementals themselves, I sense only confusion. I fear there is naught for it but to conduct a more conventional search. I will head east, Sylvie, see what might be found directly south. Southwest is yours, Akali. Big aggro's on you guys. What are you doing? Come here this instant. Akali, what befalls? I felt a surge of panic coming from this direction. Whatever it was, I feel nothing now. Did you see anything? A child? Out here? By your description, the mother may be a hunter, but I'm curious as to her choice of hunting ground. Could it be their fear which has the elemental so upset? In any case, it seems the answer to that has run off into the brush. Let us return to Castrum Oriens for the present and learn more of East End's inhabitants. I didn't think anyone even lived in East End. I'm with the unit occupying Castrum Oriens. You've caught me just as I was delivering our interim report. This gentleman is an officer stationed at the castrum. Mayhap he will know more of the mother and child you spotted. Oh, because I'm the serpent. I do the serpent salute. And you believe these folk were living in the forest? I was under the impression that the East End settlement was empty. We suspect a connection to whatever is disturbing the harmony of the Twelve's Wood. Might you spare some few soldiers to investigate the possibility? Ordinarily, I would be overjoyed to aid in your investigation, but I fear our duties on the border demand our full attention. My most sincere apologies, Master Padgile. How inconvenient. This matter is far from resolved, yet I have already been overlong in returning to Stillglade Fane. Let me handle it, Guildmaster. You would have me entrust this task to an acolyte? You have matured much in the art, it is true, but I could hardly... The elementals are suffering! Someone has to help them, and I'm sure Akali could lend a hand if I needed it. What say you, Akali? I had only intended to involve you in this initial foray, but might I ask that you see the matter through to its conclusion? My thanks. I foresee hardships ahead, but also an opportunity for new discoveries. Pray look on on Selphie's progress, even as you continue your own studies. As for you, Selphie, I expect you make regular reports on your findings. May the matron watch over you both. 63. Selfie seems eager to speak with you. Oh, hello, Akali. It's nice of you to worry, but I've been perfectly safe. I asked the soldiers at the wall if I could accompany them on their patrols instead of wandering about on my own. More than a few times, I thought I sensed something, the briefest of flickers, but the scouts had their mission and I couldn't risk getting separated from them to confirm my suspicions. I needed to check one area in particular, some distance away from the patrol route. Do you think you could come with me? Here, I'll mark the spot on your map, and we can meet there when you're ready. Yeah, so the dungeon that we're about to do is 63. So it's okay. You're fine, level-wise.
Oh, okay, good.
Are you getting it done, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't get anything new skill-wise until 70, I think.
Oh, really? That doesn't seem right.
Because I've already gotten the new stuff for 60.
Oh. Yeah, I get a new spell probably via quest at 66. Yeah, 64, 66, and then 70. Every class is different though, but I know of a dragoon that was missing all their 60 to 70 quest skills and was 80, so I just wanted to make sure that same thing didn't happen to you. This is the place! Do you feel that? The source must be nearby. Oh! And you're sure it's the same child? I don't know what's going on here, but her aura is blinding. Come on, we have to follow her. Now, where did she disappear to? Let's split up a bit and keep looking. Stay away from me, Mama. Where are you? You poor thing, you must have been terrified. But don't worry, we'll get you back to your mother. I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Mama says they'll take me away and lock me in a cage. Is that what she says? Well, I'm Selfie, and this is Akali. Now you know our names, why don't you tell us yours? Then we won't be strangers anymore, right? My name is Gaddy. You don't feel icky like the bad things? Well, I hope that means we can be friends. Come on, Gaddy, let's go find your mother. Do you know the way home? I don't have any friends. We just live in the forest. Just Mama and me. Were you hurt when those creatures attacked? Here, let me see. I'll mend that in no time, watch. A conjurer like me can heal all sorts of wounds. A conjurer? No, don't touch me. There's that surge again, and this time it's more powerful. Gaddy, we have to leave. Well, she's gone. Did you see where she went? No, but we barely took our eyes off her. How did she manage to vanish so quickly? Taken by the void scent? Taken? But you didn't see any more void scent, did you? Neither did I. I'm fairly sure you took care of all the fiends that were attacking her. The surge of power I felt is gone as well. I don't think it's a coincidence that it's faded as soon as Gaddy left. Whenever she panics, I feel her aura just kind of expand, and I think the void sense it too. And I'd wager these 3 afternoons of listening to Hero Noel's lectures that the presence of those fiends is what's upsetting the elementals. Right then, it's time we returned to Gridania and reported our findings to the Guildmaster. I know that song. Yes? What is it, Zach? So I hate to destroy the illusion, but no, it is highly unlikely that any bard in this game is actually playing that song themselves. There is a very common mod that people use. Oh, okay. I was like, Zath, no. I thought people were doing it for real too, but then I realized the bot. And then there's people that write that music to make it work, which is impressive in its own right. I have heard Selphie's report, and you are both to be commended for pursuing the investigation in so dangerous an area. There are bards that have done like insanely cool stuff though, and like will play each instrument and create like cool videos of certain songs and whatnot. There's a whole group of Lalafels that dress up as Moogles. I think they're called the Moogle Troupe. And they have concerts in like Gridania and stuff. And they come out and they do stuff. Judging by your description of Gaddy's unusually potent aura, I'm inclined to agree with the theory that it is her energies which are attracting the void scent. Yeah, that is what they're doing. If, as you suspect, the child lives alone with her mother, then it's unlikely she has been trained to control her power. Fear, panic, anger, any strong emotion might cause her aether to flare dramatically. To the ravenous creatures of the void, the scent of such outbursts would be the sweetest of nectar. So if Gaddy were to learn to control, then the problem would be solved, wouldn't it? We have assumed much, but no little. Without understanding the exact nature of the girl's gifts, I hesitate to propose a solution. She said she lived in the forest. I'll head out with the serpent patrols again and see if I can't find her house. A fine idea! Akali, pray continue sending Sylvie any support she might require. Come on, let's head back to Castromorians and we can talk about what to do next. I like pulling out my trumpet and playing Sans' theme from Undertale. Dun, 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 dun. And then a classic is you pull out your piano harp and da 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 da, and just Evangelion all over the place. Yeah. The Guildmaster is right. We need to learn more about Gaddy herself. I mean, how can a little girl like her have the kind of power that attracts void scent? Well, first things first. I'll need to find where she lives, and then hopefully she and her mother will be willing to talk to us. Do you think we'll be facing more fiends before this is all over? I should probably be practicing my spells. Yeah, I don't have Bard on this character. Sadly. How far are you in your warrior quest?
I am close to done.
Have you done your 63 one?
I'm working on that right now.
Okay. Let me actually... We'll do something fun while we wait for you. I'm flung out of a collie. I'll be right back. Let me pull up my own downloads. Oh, I think my Bard outfit's a hot mess. You don't get to judge her. Oh, me. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I actually probably shouldn't play copyrighted music on stream or on Final Fantasy, but I could play something probably. Where is my Bard music player? Oh, it's updating. I'm an ish. No, where am I? Oh, I know why I'm here. Okay, there's Bard. That's very bad. We'll just take off the hat. That's not so bad. What do I have? Let's do piano.
Ready. Whenever
Hold.
you're ready.
Oh, I think my thing is broken. I haven't updated it in a while. I promise you my Bard performance player is open. I might require a re-download. Let me try again. Updating. Oh yeah, I don't have the latest version. I have let everybody down. And I'm sorry. I can't. If I download something while I'm streaming and playing Final Fantasy, good god. While you are also playing Final Fantasy? Well, we tried. The concert was canceled before it even began. But there's a lot of cool videos out there of people using like the Music Maker and making some like crazy stuff and like this came out the Final Fantasy community does a lot of like a lot of the choices that they make for this game is for like people that do RPing and stuff. So like a lot of the housing items and even the clothing and is all for like it's for those people that like run little cafes and parties in their houses and like diners and whatnot. It's actually quite neat. All right, where is this cube?
Limsa.
You
Lower.
are-
Lenosia. I lied.
Yeah, you can have a diner. People make little restaurants and stuff. On my other character, I turned my apartment into a cafe, and it's really cute. Yeah. People make kitchens and stuff. I can't get there, on this character. If I had known, yeah, so apartments are pretty cheap, and then you can make, like, you can make your own little kitchen area. There's people that turn their housing area into, like, just a huge cafe. I have a friend, because I do a lot of housing stuff, that's my personal end game. I have a friend who said when she can save up to buy a house, we're gonna turn it into an Olive Garden.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's like, I want it to be an Olive Garden, so I have plans for that. It's a lot of fun. An Olive Garden, yeah. When you're here, you're family. There. Alright, let's finally do story stuff an hour later.
I thought we were gonna do dungeon.
We will.
Oh,
We have to
okay.
get there first.
I'm sorry.
Alize is contemplating the logistics of a journey to the Far East. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Othard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I'm one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as the liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, Y'shtola cannot be left unattended. Then I should obviously remain. Very well, issue addressed. You know, Elfino, it would have been quicker to just ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to Arnavald and the others? Yes, Elfino, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return, with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then, sister, Akali, please, gather your things. We are for Limsa Lominsa.
Why is Lise coming? Why can't you stay here?
It's a good question.
I would
Because
love to have Cryo with us.
I know. Y'shtola got fridged immediately, so... I know. So now we have Lise. This is kind of Lisa's expansion.
Ew.
It is. It's the monk expansion. So like every expansion or every game has like the main class. So warrior was ARR. Dragoon was Heaven's Ward. Monk is I want to go to the Aftercast. Monk is Stormblood and Dark Knight is Shadowbringers, and then Paladin is Endwalker. And that class doesn't like mean anything, but it's just what like the main hero is and all the cutscenes and yeah, all my classes are too. Vilburn was always Y'shtola's domain. I haven't spent much time here, to be honest. I spoke with Ariandre and Thancred along the way. They say they were surprised by our stratagem. By our stratagem would be something of an understatement, but they did not dispute its logic. I swear to God. You test me, Zeph. Tataru should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Merrill lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Oh my God. No, not exactly. You are right. Inasmuch as we will be traveling the sea, regrettably it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of our running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But then it is equally feasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. Which leaves us with only one option. Speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Calivan of the Kraken's Arms. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. Greetings and salutations, Scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest from the offices of the Admiral and the high houses of Ishgard. But where was I? Oh, yes. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. Pirates! Get that diner, Zath. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, which you steal from God-fearing merchants on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken's arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause, and negligible profits. Well, I, for one, think the captain has a point. The high seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor, unfortunate soul has come to grief out there on the waves. When we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragical tale of how the heir to House Durnadere vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abide by the crepulous whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugane and Hingashi. You will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. So there are the 4 high houses, and the House Dunadere's only son was lost at sea, and the Count believes that he is still alive to this day. Tataru, who has been hanging out in Ishgard all this time, gathering all the gossip, has learned of this, and was able to put the pieces together to find out that that long-lost son is in fact that man right there.
That makes sense.
Yep. And then proceeded to blackmail the shit out of him. What did you want to ask, Zath? Blackmail, is it? This is a dangerous game the two of them are playing. What guarantee that we have the Caliban just won't throw us overboard? Yes, but you have to unsync them. So what you would do... Anything recent, you cannot do. So what you do... Yeah. What you do is you hit this button. So if you just have some friends that you want to play with, and you don't want to mess with randos in this game, there's this button right here. You click that, and then you can just go in by yourself. No, you're fine. Oh, we don't actually want to keep that. That will be bad for us. They're making some changes to Party Finder. You start to see it in Shadowbringers. And I don't know if it's going to make it all the way down to the lower level dungeons, but eventually if you want to do dungeons, you can just do them with the NPCs. No problem. Yeah, you can just do them with the NPCs. And you don't have to... Yeah, that's Shadowbringers content only as of right now. Trials, which require 8 people, and raids still require randos, but eventually you can just do it with the NPCs. I'm not sure what just happened. I could have sworn he was about to turn us away, but then he changed his mind. The That poor little boy had only seen 14 summers when he left Ishgard. Can you imagine what it must have felt like to finally be free to explore the world, unbeholden to all the stuffy traditions of the Holy See? Such a shame that he never returned home. Without him, the Count de Dernanere must look elsewhere for a successor, and the good Lord Jennequad is one step closer to being next in line. Oh god. Jennequad! I love Jennequad. Jennequad is part of the Astrologian questline, and that man is hilarious. And an absolute idiot. And I love him so much.
Oh my.
Suddenly, all those hours Tataru passed converting and capering at the Forgotten Knight seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I do intend to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Caliban squirm. I don't need this. I don't actually need any of this. Alphino is thinking of ways that Alphino is thinking of ways you might pass the time. I say we should head to the heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for our departure. It does slap. Tataru and I will procure the necessary supplies. Elisee, I should be grateful if you would use this time to brief Urianger on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Akali and Lise? I would like the two of you to return to Reverend's Toll and speak with our Doman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information that they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Akali. I'm teleporting us there. Don't you want free teleport?
Do you want free teleports?
Well, here we are. We'll need...
I just wanted to give you a free teleport.
You're too slow. Well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around at the House of Splendors, and you take on the Rising Stone. I'll meet you here after. Got it? You are truly planning to travel to Doma? I don't know what to say. Forgive me, I shall aid you the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled on the eastern coast of Authard. Along the banks of the One River, our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Garleans came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood. Free to travel and to fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Greetings, Akali. What brings you to the toll this eve? What? You are for Doma? Heavens, you scions have shown us naught but kindness, and never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under the tyranny, and then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor dead, Garlemald in chaos. It seemed the time was ripe. Beneath our Lord's banner, we gathered and fought to reclaim our nation, but when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you are to join Yugiri and Gogetsu in the flight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nagai clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle even. Now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's witch and her host of men and Magitech. To think that what was once a shining symbol of our heritage, and the seat of our dear Lord Kyan, has become a den for Garlean dogs. The Viceroy's witch. there you are. Learned anything interesting? The older Domans I spoke with tried to teach me all about the Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I'd like to think Eorzeans can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially Ishgardians, but anyway. Do you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually. Or at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger Domans, they just rolled their eyes at me, and it was all a lot of stupid old... Wow, what you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. Lyce thinks it's time you return to Limsa Lomensa. Right, no point in waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa Lomensa. Alphino said to meet at the Fairy Docks, I think? I thought...
I'm sorry. Also, that one wasn't a free teleport. That one was a return for me.
I'm done with you. There are no such thing as dumb questions. Yes, you take your broken gear to Menders.
Look at you running.
Yeah, you don't want to wait till your gear gets broken. You want to just make sure, because the more broken it is, the more expensive it is to fix. So if it's getting low, you just get it done. Because the worst, I don't think gear breaks in the middle of dungeons anymore, but it used to. It certainly used to. A surfeit of sumptuous foods, wondrous sundries, plenty of clean undergarments. Yes, I do believe we have everything we need for a lengthy voyage. It seems like this, at times like this, I'm glad we've got Tataru taking care of the business. Off to Amender, yep. An army marches on its stomach. Tataru took that lesson to heart. You are returned, Akali. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends and Reverend's Toll. I'm eager to hear all, though that can wait until we've left port. We'll have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugane. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. All set, Les? I'll see you to the ship if so.
XII be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
Oh, a parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
Is beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
This man has a voice.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
It's not untrue, apparently. There is no more budget to pay for Gideon.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh. Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No. As the man said, despite the absence of wind and current, the Misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the cerulean engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on the knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them! Things the lads saw! Things? I don't suppose I convince you to attempt something more descriptive. An adjective, for example. Seawolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, the things which he is so recent to name are the souls of the deceased women who said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous! Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have one recourse, to let the current take us where it will, and deal with whatever we find there. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Now I am beginning to like you, girl. I assure you the feeling is not mutual. Once we arrive at our destination, be it a vessel or an island or something else, Lise and I will remain upon the ship to defend it in case of attack. Cully, I believe you would be the ideal choice to venture forth and deal with the cause of our troubles. Then it's settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it reeled us in. The fire one, Alizé, was it? 'Tis a pity she holds our profession in such disdain. She would make an excellent pirate. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I am calm and collected as ever. Carry on. Alphino was terrified of ghost stories as a child. I'm glad to see that some things never change. I'll make sure Tataru stays below deck until we know it's safe. Alright, you ready?
I'm ready.
It's the first Stormblood dungeon.
Woo-hoo. I wasn't done jumping around the ship.
That's too bad. We have instant cues, baby. Remember to put your tank stance in when we go on the in the dungeon.
Yes.
I'm gonna push you off. Oh, there you go.
You're gonna push off?
I'm gonna push you off. Oh boy.
I like how it's a bug.
Oh, it is a bug. Yeah, it's like a beetle. I'm surprised that GPS made it. Just in the nick of time, I imagine.
That's a cute hat.
Oh, these two are matchies. Go ahead.
Okay.
More have
God.
popped up. Don't worry about the blue circles, those are your companions.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like Elvino and like I think mostly these doing shit. Make sure to grab all.
Oh, I didn't know this is where we were actually supposed to go.
Yeah.
I thought you just wanted to
Be high?
tall.
Yeah, be tall. This brown circle is the ninja's thing, so don't be afraid
Yeah.
of it.
What the hell was that thing?
Oh, you know. I'll lug it.
Gross.
Yeah. This game don't play. So all this one really does is AoEs and such. Like, just make sure to dodge and stack at the stack markers. Run out. You don't have to worry too much. She's just gonna move back to the middle.
Oh, okay.
And because she cleaves the entire arena in half, it's best to keep her at the middle.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, see? You just lose uptime. In. And stack with me in the middle. Ooh. Yeet.
Yeet.
So 260. We have 270 gear, so this gear isn't gonna be good. Oh, nice. Oh, don't walk in the blue fire. Yes, if you want to repair your gear, you need your crafting to be at that level, and you need dark matter, which you can get from your granny company. It used to be that depending on the gear, you would need that specific class to be at 80. I don't know if they've changed that. said they were going to. I need to get out of the fire. Gosh. That's another one. Just keep in the middle.
Oh, okay.
He'll go back, but don't worry about it. So the most important thing to know is that he's gonna do this. Stand in a line that is not dark. And if you get tethered to him, yeah, you have to stay at max. Because now you get a debuff on. So you take more damage. And if you get tethered, just run away from him. But you shouldn't get tethered. That's a DPS thing. But yeah, he pulls you in, and then you gotta get away from him. He's gonna do that thing again where you have to find a safe spot. It's gonna be different this time. They're gonna be harder. Hey. You can fight him. You can still hit him at range, or if you don't think you can, throw tomahawks. Do you want to pull this whole route? Sure. You make sure you use all your cooldowns and just pull it all the way to the end. Make sure you grab everything here though, of course.
Yeah, I've got everything on me, allegedly.
Nope.
Not anymore.
Nope, stay in one place, stay in my bubble.
Where's your bubble? There it is. I could tell when your cooldown stopped.
thousands
I
of
started
health.
taking more damage.
Yeah, it's just like, there she goes.
We did it.
We did do it. That's the hardest pull in here. But it's better to do it all in one.
Mm-hmm.
So much stuff is ripped. It's like everything, the gloves, the top, and I don't need any of it.
Sounds like you're ungrateful.
Maybe so.
I don't know why.
Yeah, the dogs hit hard. Like, the dogs hit genuinely hard. As you progress through the game, things gradually get harder, and so it's like, are you using cooldowns? We talked about cooldowns that one night. Like, it's really gonna start making sure that you know cooldowns. And are you mitigating that? Same goes for healers. Are you healing and doing your damage and being responsible? Okay, so this guy's gonna do something that is going to be a little bit new to you because it hasn't been super important up to this moment. But so his attack bars, sometimes they do a wibble, like they shake. You need to use your interrupt button, I think. You should have that on your bar. It should just be called interject.
Yes.
So he's gonna, I'll let you know when to use that. Seductive Scream, there you go. So that's gonna start being a mechanic you need to look out for, because the only two people that have interject are tanks and physical range. So the bard has it too. Nobody else has that ability. Don't worry about Dark. That's not a big deal. But, uh-oh. No, it's okay. We'll kill him before he does another seductive scream. But yeah, so that's just a thing to watch out for. Dark just meant I didn't have to heal all that AoE damage. Appreciate it.
Oh god, it's that Rose Pokemon, but she's evil now.
She's evil. Alright, ready?
Yes.
Alright. She's, well, where you position her doesn't matter because we will be doing a lot of running. So she's going to do an attack called Forward Advance. You can stay where you are, but what that's going to do is it's going to force you in a certain direction. It's going to force you to walk forward in whichever way that you are currently facing.
Bye.
There's also one called for backwards march or something like that, which will make you go whichever way you're facing, but back. So this is going to be another forward advance, but you can tell by the attack that she's doing. So make sure you want to back up if I were you. Well, it's too late now. Oh yeah, there you go. Good job.
Yeah, just reposition myself.
Yeah, it's just a reposition. So don't worry about the boss because she doesn't cleave and it's a whole bunch of running.
Oh.
Some bosses it doesn't. She's gonna make us walk back. You cannot fall off the edge, so if you can. I would move yourself away from the edge because she's about to make the edges pointy. Yep. Ooh.
Oh, she doesn't cleave, so it doesn't matter which way.
Right, exactly. This is gonna be a retreat. Ooh, I almost. Ooh. This is gonna be retreat again. Easy peasy. These are good DPS. I'm gonna commend the bard if you want to commend the ninja.
Oh, I commended the bard.
Alright, then I will commend the ninja. They were good. And they were clearly a giveaway. They're real cute. They have like matching little outfits. Chair's so squeaky.
Thank the 12.
Everything here would appear to be in order. Good. Repairs should be completed by the time we return to the Misery, whereupon we shall resume our journey without further delay.
This is Xenos' voice actor. They used the man who voices Xenos to do this man too. So it's baffling because this man never speaks again, and I was actually shocked that he had a voice in general, and they just used Xenos again. My friend, my enemy. He did that like trail off that Xenos does, and I was like, wait a fucking second, that's you.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
They use Urianje's voice for a couple other people too. I'm like, I know that man. Urianje. That's baffling then, because they definitely I can't say anything. There's been clear points where I feel like this man should have gotten talking lines. Well, no, that was... Okay, never mind. That makes sense. I guess you really don't deal with this pirate again.
Damn, that's a far way to travel.
It's a 2-month journey.
I remember the sea. The smell of the sea.
Would it not have been
and the
faster to
crash
go
of
the other
waves
way?
as we drew closer to Kugani?
This man's ship was in Limsa and it was not going anywhere else. Oh, no, I think there's land there.
The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Yeah, to go the other way, you would have hit a whole bunch of different lands. Strange. Is it just me, or is the ground swaying? By the 12, I've never been happier to be back on terra firma. Our voyage has instilled in me new appreciation for surfaces which do not move on their own accord. Wait, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. It's very colorful, is it not? Congratulations, you now stand in Kurgane, the western port of Hingeshi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. Despite traveling halfway around the world, Alphino is in no mood to take in the sights. Glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you all that we are far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Caravan, I realize you pledged only to take us to Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Othark were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. You cannot be the first traveler seeking passage to Doma. He's like, a boat. You fucking idiots. The captain makes a good point. 'Tis like that Yukari and Gogetsu were forced to come here for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Othard, assuming they are not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, mayhap we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alphino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Captain Caravan, could you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in the large building just beyond the pier. Whether your hard journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shizake Hotellerie is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect. Well, so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice trade, you mean? But of course, surely you did not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain, and may the Navigator watch over and keep you. Right then, to the Holery. After you.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Gossip.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
I love this man. I'm gonna put that on the record right here, right now. I love this man.
That's Ariande's voice, isn't it?
You don't actually think so.
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugane, and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
No, I don't think so. He might be Pippin.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kagane. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion.
You know who he actually sounds like? He sounds like, Teleji Adeleji.
I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
The man who voices this man has only ever voiced this man, and it is his only voice acting ever, actually.
I see.
To paraphrase, Kagane is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
I love him. I wish they had known. So Hancock is a video game. He's just a weeb, and I wish that information had been available to them at the time of voicing him. But anyway. Forgive me. The mere mention of the East Eleanor Trading Company is enough to... I'm fine. Surely you do not need to worry. I dare say Alphino has met his match. So there are Imperial spies everywhere. Great. Just great. And you must be a Kalyana, slayer of gods, rider of dragons, savior of Ishgard, stealer of pants, and some of the more puzzling rumors to be believed. Yeah, me, stealer of pants. Absolutely. I knew it. May I say what an honor and a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, my lady. I know you and I are just going to get along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way, if you would be so good as to follow me. So this is our major hub city. Ralgar's will be our endgame city. That's where we go to get our new gear and stuff like It's the Idleshire / Mordona. This is our Ishgard major city. I do not like the cut of that man's jib, not one bit. I note that our would-be host has elected to dress in the local fashion. I say, what is it that I smell wafting from yonder tea house? Could it be? Yes, it could just possibly be the scent of whispered secrets waiting to be overheard. Even the Aetherites look different here. Speaking of, I'm gonna go touch that rock. Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You are now standing in Tenkoto. Loosely translated, the name means Spire of Drifting Souls, which is, as some of you have deduced, makes reference to the Aetherite which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlian, yet I trust its function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar! Will wonders never cease? Far Eastern Aetherite technologies have a long and storied tradition. I assure you, this particular example was constructed by the Onishishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you will find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. Attune if you like. Hancock would like very much to continue talking. Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the Aetherite. Come, let us move along. The markets are next. Be still, my heart. Well, I would expect no less of a bustling port. Just look at these garish designs. Not fond of subtlety, are they? Is that a theater over there? No sign of Gugetsu or Yukiri here. Not that I expect to stumble across them just like that, though it would have been nice. We have arrived at the largest shopping district in Kugane, Kugane Dori. Kugane, as you are doubtless unaware, is an ancient Hingen word for gold. So, in this prosperous port where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes, or Kogane, are earned by the local merchants. It is quite logical once you learn the language. Now you're beginning to speak my language. Oh, a kindred spirit! What a pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of a hard-won coin. Hancock of the Eastern Trading Company. Here with clients today? Why, if it isn't Master Keaton, pray allow me to introduce you to my esteemed guests, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind and generous soul supervises all transactions here in Kugane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Keaton of the Hakushi clan, and it is my honor to serve as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean Guild are welcome here. I invite you to pursue our wares at your leisure. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables, here you will find all of them and more. The district has a different air about it. don't think I haven't memorized every detail of that street. There are at least half a dozen shops that will soon be enjoying my custom. We're actually quite far from the docks now, aren't we? This place is bigger than I thought. Where to next, I wonder? If we may pause here for a moment. This road leads to Injin Gai, the district in which Injin, or foreigners, are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely. So you see, it would not be all that unusual to cross paths with one of the Garlean cousins here. With that in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want any physical alterations, after all. Such spats are being strictly forbidden. The Seki Segumi punish breaches of the peace quite severely. I have seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation, though to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. What? Cut down then and there? You're joking, right? Would I were, but alas, these samurai are a humorous lot. Why, I recall one instant when a foreign merchant in his cups dared lay hands upon a Hingan aristocrat in front of a Sekigumi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. I don't even want to think about that. So as you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another. Or you with yourselves in that manner of the late Teleji Adeleji. That man died. Oh, how I amuse myself. But we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate.
Why would he show us the Garlean consulate?
In case we want to get cut in half. That man's laugh animation was so long for that joke about Teleji Adeleji. I was like, dude. He's like, remember when that man got cut in half? Hilarious. Ugh. I'm gonna get this rock.
So do certain FCs own these houses?
No, these are NBC houses, but the housing district, there is a Kugane housing district, and it's sort of implied that it's over here. But these are embassies. So this is the Garlean one. You can kind of tell just by the way it looks. Well, there's something going on with this embassy because there's side quests I think that involve it. And yeah, so the housing district is implied to be behind this wall. Danger, excitement, intrigue, oh my! Compared to the Hingan architecture, this seems drab and uninspired. Or mayhap I have simply had my fill of Garlean aesthetics, such as they are. Some might call it otherwise, to loiter outside the gates of a hostile empire's consulate. So that building's full of Garleans. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate, and their uniforms are not different from those you have seen in the West. Were you to travel far and wide, you would find many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs, all of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. Hancock seems to be quite pleased with himself. There is oh so much more I would speak of, the soothing waters of the onsen, the inferior delights of the pleasure district, but you are doubtless still weary from your long sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices. It's not gonna take us to the pleasure offices.
Another rock.
The unmistakable scent of wealth and power. I dare say we could travel to Mercidia or the New World and find a man like Hancock waiting for us. Even though this feels just as out of place as the Garlic Consulate, it's a lot more comforting. There's no denying this place was built for an Uldon. It is the sunglasses. At long last, we arrive at our destination. May I present to you our humble offices. And Archibald was a good boy. We have much to discuss, so I will refrain from further prattle. Come, right this way.
Our thaumaturgists took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Auri Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugani.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map. We are here in Kugani, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy. Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea. and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the ruby tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I know. I can't pronounce any Japanese words, so I'm fumbling through this really hard. No one else is doing a good job on this either, though, so...
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No.
Oh no, I accidentally clicked it. What did he say?
He didn't say anything.
Oh, he didn't have any. He didn't say what information he had for us.
No.
I'm
Just that
sorry.
he was gonna aid us to the best of his ability.
My bad. I got that itchy, clicky finger. Okay. Oh, this place takes me back. It reminds me of the workshop of an Uldan lapidary I once served. He was not exaggerating when he spoke of the ward's efficiency. Whoever wove them did so with consummate skill. Not sure how I imagined our first time in the Far East unfolding, but it definitely didn't involve Uldans, and especially not these Uldans. Still, whatever works, right? I must confess, I am an avid collector of all things Far Eastern. See for yourself, I insist.
One of those, are you?
Though I am reluctant to take any action whatsoever that could be construed as placing ourselves in Lord Lorito's debt, we must avail ourselves of what means are available. Our Alamagan allies placed their faith in us, and I do not intend to disappoint them. Alvino is a man with a plan. It would seem inefficient of us to venture out together and search for information on Yugiri and Gogetsu's whereabouts. Agreed? Agreed. We need to cast our net wider, split up, and pursue all available avenues of inquiry. But if we are to coordinate our efforts effectively, we'll need to establish a working base of operations here. Indeed, Tatara would seem best suited to the task of organizing our supplies and preparing new ones. While she attends to that, we four can begin our search by questioning the individuals Hancock identified. LSA and I will take those in the southern districts of the city, and two of you can take those in the north. In anticipation of just such an eventuality, I took the liberty of preparing some few sketches of Yugiri and Gogetsu during our voyage. Wow, Yashtola warned me that you were a bit of an artist, but these are great. They'll definitely come in handy. Looks like it's you and me, Akali. Let's step outside and talk about where to start. Wow, Alphinaud's sketches are so... I don't know how to put it, but they're very... Well, see for yourself. You may view Alphinaud's sketch at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the Key Items menu. Okay. We have to go up. Not this up. Oh, you're probably right.
No.
No, you still might be right. There's a path right over here. Oh, it leads us right back to where we were. It's up, so it's gotta be here. Were we supposed to talk to Lise more? Or was I supposed... Oh, we were supposed to look at the picture, actually. Yep, looked at it. Looks more like them than they do. Honestly, he could make a living doing this. Sorry, no time for distractions. We don't... why don't we start by visiting Kikaru on the... Onsen! That was it! There we go. We gotta read more. We just gotta do it. So many of our problems could be solved. We just read.
It was odd because we already saw the picture. So why
Yeah, that's why I didn't bother
again?
looking at it again. I was like, look, you can look at it if you want to, and I was like, I don't. But thanks. I didn't go the right way. I didn't go the right way at all. You should have still followed me, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a well, there's just a lot of places that you can't cross, so you end up going around and around and around and... Wait, come back. Do you want to see something cool?
Is it a rock?
No. Well, no. It's better than a rock.
Better than a rock.
Maybe.
I'll be the judge of that.
So, this entire building is a jumping puzzle.
Oh my god.
This first one's kind of hard.
What's the key for your ground circle?
Not
Not Z. Not N.
I know it's... Nope, that's a screenshot. F1.
Ha. I would not have clicked that one. This is better than a rock.
It is better than a rock. Oh, I hit the roof. I fucked up. I've already failed. I've gotten up here once. All the way to the tippy top. And I was like, you know what?
What's at the tippy top? Satisfaction?
Satisfaction and a sightseeing point, which you don't have unlocked. And then what you're supposed to do, so after you climb to the very, very top, there is a sightseeing point on this, they're little glowing balls, but there's a sightseeing point on this lantern right here. And the only way to get on this lantern is to jump from the very top of Kugane and jump onto this lantern.
Oh god, so not only do you have to get all the way to the top, you have to land it?
You have to land it. Also, the draw distance makes it so that you cannot see this lantern.
Oh no.
You know how I did it? I made it to the top. And then when I jumped, I hit the lantern, but did not make it on. Like, I beamed it, and I just bounced off of it.
No.
So what I did, one day I was walking through Cactar, and there was a guy on it, and he's like, who wants this? It was the only one I was missing. And once you unlock all the points, then you can buy the pictures of the sightseeing points and put them in picture frames in your house and stuff. And the guy was like, who wants this sightseeing point? And I was like, man, I sure fucking do, because I don't want to climb the tower again. And so he's like, if you have Blue Mage, self-destruct, and I'll res you, and when you get resed, you're right where that person is. So I killed myself. I blew up, and he resed me on top of the lantern.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Away.
Okay.
Chris, that place is rough too. Come on. Burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes, there is naught that the mystical waters of the voice-sucking hot springs cannot heal. Oh, what is that in your hand? Sketch. As you seek this Ura and Rogadin, do you? 1,000 apologies, but I cannot help you. It is against our policy to divulge information regarding the patrons past or present. Please, we came all this way from Eorzea to find our friends. We have our reputation to consider, miss. Men and women from all walks of life come here in search of rejuvenation, body and soul. They seek privacy and discretion, and we have ever honored their wishes. Only the Sikigumi may demand otherwise. I'm sorry, but there is naught I can do. I suppose we'll just have to ask someone else. What about that woman who runs the hostelry? Kotokaze, was it? Welcome, traveler. Can I assist you in, can I interest you in some rice wine? Exceptional quality, delivered but the other day. An Ori shinobi and a Rogadin samurai. If I may, I would answer your question with some few of mine own. If I speak of that which you know, Injin, be not offended. You are familiar with the situation in the lands across the Grippy Sea, the Doom Rebellion, after 2.5 decades of quiet. I see. And you are familiar with the ways of Hingashi, how we elect to stand apart and support no cause but our own? Indifferent and callous, some may call us, but pragmatism is essential in if a humble island nation such as ours is to survive. But we are not fools. Complete isolation is impractical, and so Kogane is open to Injin, who are equally hospitable to all. Or, if I must speak more plainly, yes, I can help you, but if I do, I must also oblige the ones who ask after you. Are you willing to accept this fair and equitable treatment? If anyone comes looking for us, tell them whatever you like. As you wish. The two individuals of whom you speak did indeed come here. They sought passage across the Ruby Sea. Few ships are willing to make the trip at the moment. Nevertheless, I made several introductions on their behalf. That was the extent of our interaction. I will provide you with the names of the captains if you like. You've been a great help, Mistress Kotoskaze. I'll be sure to come back for that wine sometime. We would welcome your custom, miss. We should question these captains as soon as we can. You take the first three, I'll take the rest, and we'll meet here when we finish, alright? Good luck. Going the wrong... No, I have to go up. Yes, the Rogan gentleman did approach me. He wanted to charter a ship to take him across the Ruby Sea, the mad devil. I sent him away, like all the others before him. The woman? Hey, I know her not. Where's the sound of your ankles breaking over there?
It was just my armor.
Crunch. You ask me if I seen the sorry woman and this Rogan samurai? The woman is unknown to me, but the man is not. He was for Doma, but I could not help him. We travel solely between here and Razet Han. It would be unreasonable detour. Oh, it's up, eh? There's a lot of talk of Razet Han, which is the city we were going to in Endwalker.
Oh.
We will finally get to see Razet Han.
With a name like Endwalker, it makes me think that it's the last expansion.
It is the last expansion for the current storyline that we are doing.
Oh.
So the Hydaelyn and Zodiac story will be at an end.
I see.
And the patches for Endwalker will not continue this story. That will be the beginning of something new. Passengers? No, we no longer offer that service. Too much trouble. Now we only transport goods. I told this to the samurai and sent him on his way. The woman? Pah, it's the woman you seek. The pleasure houses have plenty. Gross. But yeah, Endwalker is the end of that story. So I think they said that Endwalker is going to be 30% longer than Shadowbringers.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be really long, lots of cutscenes, lots of that good shit.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I can't find the green
Turn
mark.
around.
Oh, there it
Go
is.
back down the stairs.
Did I walk past it?
Yeah, you
I
did.
just didn't see it. How did it... Never mind. Judging from the look on your face, you didn't have much better luck than I did. Lisa's about ready to give up. Well, I suppose we might as well head back to... Wait! I've just remembered. There was someone on my list I forgot to visit. Yodo. He's a Namazu fisherman, whatever that means, and a regular here. Maybe we'll find him if we look around? When I asked Kodokaze what Namazu meant, she said it was Hingan for catfish. And there I was thinking she said fisherman. What? Why you stare? You have business with me? By the 12, a talking fish. Yes, a talking fish. How very observant of you, Injin. You find me in good spirits, so your rudeness I will ignore this once, but only if you address me again in the proper manner. Sorry, I've never met a... Let's start again. You're Gyodo, right? My name is Lise, and this is Akali, and we're looking for some friends of ours. I hate these things.
He's so cute.
These are abominations, and I hate them. I see. Both of these I know well. I helped them secure passage across the Ruby Sea. Really? That's wonderful. Could you do the same for us? Yes. This would not be a problem. For you, I would charter a ship this very day. But the journey is fraught with much peril. The fare will not be cheap. Are you sure you can afford to pay? I didn't think to bring any money, but surely Tataro will let us take whatever we need from the science coffers, right? We wouldn't be the only passengers, though. Could we take a moment to talk it over with our friends? Yes, but hurry. The ship must depart under cover of darkness. We shall meet again at sunset on the Tasagora Bridge. Do not forget your fare. Bring many gil, yes?
But how many gil? He didn't say.
Exactly. It's about time our luck changed. Alphino and the others will be thrilled. You bring gil, yes.
Is it rude of me to think that he's going to eat my gil? Or like take it all out of my bank account? If I have like $1 million in my pocket.
The game will
right
not
now.
actually take money from you. We're gonna borrow money from Tataro, and he'll take all her money instead. Assuming you think poorly of this fish.
Well, he wants many gil,
Yes. Many gil? I don't think I went to the right place. I did not. I couldn't remember what it was called. Oh, the Ruby Bazaar. I was thinking the bazaar was the marketplace. Oh well, it's a short little jog. And you just talk to that man to get in there. Good news. You wouldn't believe some of the things you can find down at the markets. We're spoiled for choice here. Welcome back. We ourselves returned but a moment ago. I hope my information was of value. We spoke with a number of merchants and captains in the southern piers. Several recognized Gogetsu and confirmed that he had been searching for a vessel to deliver him to Othard. None, however, made any mention of Lady Yaguri. Yes, it was the same story for us, and then you'll never believe what happened. So this Gyodo claims to have aided both Gogetsu and Yaguri. How fortuitous. Not the word I would have chosen, Master Alphino. Stupid's what I call it. How can you agree to his price without making any attempt to haggle, or even confirming what it was in the first place? Yes, that too was a misstep on their part, but it's not what troubles me most. Godo and his brethren are not renowned for their generosity of spirit. Rather, they are disdained as scheming moneylanders, ever eager to turn a profit from others' misfortune. Everyone else we questioned said that Kogetsu was alone. Only Godo claims to have met both him and Yuguri. I suppose it's just possible that Kogetsu made inquiries by himself and only called upon Yuguri once he had found a willing captain? But it is equally possible, if not more likely, that you are being deceived. Do not forget that there are parties present in Kugane with agendas which may run contrary to your own. The Viceroy was once a spy herself, as I recall. I should be surprised if she did not have countless agents here in her employ, all eager to prove themselves to their new master. And what better way to do so than by delivering her to the What better way to do so than by delivering her the heads of her foreign insurgents? Fine. You may be right about him, but if Gyoto's working for the Empire, who's to say he didn't try the same trick on Yuguri and Kogetsu? I mean, if he did, he might know where they are, and if he succeeded, they might be in trouble. Anyway, if he holds up his end of the bargain, we'll have nothing to worry about, will we? And if he tries to betray us, I vote we take him prisoner and punch him till he tells us the truth. So, if it's a trap, we'll spring it and deal with the consequences. I like the way you think. Very well. We should prepare for the worst. Tataru will remain here, and I shall follow the three of you at your discreet distance. Once more, I must caution you to avoid physical alterations at all costs. Even should Imperial agents attempt to engage you, the Sekko Sugumi will not hesitate to clap you in irons or cut you down. If anything untoward should happen, you are to return here at once. Is that clear? Says Sugumi are not to be trifled with. Rare is the week that I do not hear of at least one tale of an Injin being arrested under dubious pretext. Fortunately, a wealthy and well-connected ally can help resolve such matters with the minimum of fuss. I had a feeling we might find ourselves in a situation like this, so I made sure to stock up on some special supplies that I thought might prove useful. Alize has them in case you're wondering. And here I was thinking Yudodo was just being nice. I can tell you now, if Hancock's right about all of this, that fish is getting filleted. Rest assured I will not be far behind Akali. While I am no shinobi, I can keep to the shadows when necessary. To review, Lise, Akali, and I will meet with Gyoto as planned. Alphino will watch from a distance, ready to provide support in the likely event that Gyoto attempts to betray us to the Imperials or whomever else. Should that happen, you and Lise will subdue him, and together we will make our escape. As our actions will surely draw the attention of the Sekigumi, we will evade them with Alphino's assistance and return here with our prisoner. Does that meet with everyone's approval? Of course, these precautions will be for naught if Gyoto does not play us for fools, but we shall see. To the bridge! So how do you think this is gonna go? Pretty good, right? It's gonna go just fine.
It's gonna be something.
It's only probably a trap.
It's also 9:32 in the morning, and we're supposed to meet at sunset, so what are we gonna do for the next few hours?
Don't worry about it.
That's fair.
Did you know that time's the same? Even on this, it's the same time in Gridania as it is here in this place. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy how that works? Eorzea is flat.
Interesting.
Goodbye.
Oh, because we haven't changed our clocks. We got a 10 o'clock this time.
It's a trap, isn't it? We may as well stop kidding ourselves. One would be, our would-be ally is nowhere to be seen. Make ready, Akali. Something smells fishy. Oh, that was a 61 dungeon. I thought it was a 63 dungeon. Oopsie doops.
He's late.
I love him.
Endless and most sincere apologies to you and yours, yes, yes. This way, quickly now.
I love him less.
Enough! Where are you taking us? Where is the ship?
This ship. So very sorry to inform you, yes, yes. Long before was it pledged to another. To me, these ones are for Doma.
Me too.
I knew it couldn't be this simple.
It is a Namazu, and he just betrayed us.
Nothing personal, yes, yes. Just business.
He is a little catfish. Yep, yep.
Then business is about to take a turn for the worse.
Ah!
Come on, let's find a way out of here.
Slide cast.
Of all the bloody places.
What was that? Where are you still there?
Of all the bloody places.
Here, I was just about to go there. As expected, the Sekigumi have caught our scent. Since fighting them is out of the question, we'll have to wind our way back to the Ruby Bazaar, evading other patrols as we go. If they find you, use these smoke bombs to make your escape. Use the smoke bombs to evade the patrols. Be warned that attacking the Setsugumi will result in failure.
I can take him.
Yeah, that's not the point. You don't want to get banned from Kugane. It's the major hub city.
I mean, but who would know?
Other Sekigumi. The foreigners with the weapons.
Very discreet looking.
Yeah, the only Viera in all of Kugane. What the fuck? Did I fail?
Oh, I see.
They seem to have conal vision, so it's very easy to dodge them.
use aetherites?
No.
Oh. Oh, I can't go that way? Oh god. I have no clue how to get to where I'm going.
Stay hidden and quiet. Understood?
Are you good, Q? Did you find your way?
No.
No? I'm gonna give you.
I knew.
Oh.
But I don't.
You want me to give you a few moments to get it all squared away, or do you need me to come up there and help you?
No, I'll just. It'll be fine.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a drink all the same. I'm out. And that gives you a little bit more time. You good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Clear the road! Clear the road! You there, Korjin. We seek 4 foreigners. One, a brutish woman carrying an unconscious Namazu. Have you seen them?
For foreigners, you say? Ah, yes! Very rude they were, making no apology as they barged past. They went that way, I think.
Many thanks, good sir. With me, they cannot have gone far.
All is well. The Sekisei Gumi will not return this way for some time, I should think. You are of the East Aldenard Trading Company, yes? Come with me. I know a safer way.
You are returned. And with guests, I see.
Our meeting went about as well as expected. We've brought the Namazu who thought to betray us. When he wakes up, we'll see what he knows about Yugiri and Gazetsu.
Well done, you. When I saw the Seki Segumi out in force, I did begin to worry, but I see my fears were misplaced.
Actually, if it weren't for Soroban, we might not have gotten away.
'Twas my pleasure.
Yet I must ask, Soroban, why would you deceive the Sekisegumi to help us, foreigners of whom you know naught?
Why, out of the kindness of my heart, is what I would like to say, but my motives are not so pure. I chanced to witness your meeting with Hancock at the tavern, and saw an opportunity.
An opportunity?
Like many, I came to Kugane as a trader to make my fortune. Kojin of the Red may serve the Empire as mercenaries, but Kojin of the Blue walk a different path. Regretfully, most here would rather not meet our gaze, much less do business. So I seek the custom of those less predisposed to dismiss us outright, namely the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Quid pro quo, is it? Well, there is no denying that we owe you a debt. What say you, Hancock? Will you consider doing business with our entrepreneurial friend here?
Rest assured, Master Soroban, that in matters of trade, the company does not discriminate. We would be honored to hear your proposal.
I promise you will not regret this, good sir. Ah, yes. You sought passage across the Ruby Sea, did you not? I have a ship you can use.
Just got one.
You do? Well then, far be it from us to refuse. You have our deepest thanks.
And you mine.
Radical. I'm still annoyed that he tried to deceive us, but at least we were prepared for it. Even so, next time we should probably try to avoid running around Kugane in the middle of the night with half the city guards snapping at our heels. She says this like it isn't her fault, but it's... You are doubtless wondering why our objective, green-hued friend here refers to himself as a Kojin of the Blue. The answer is quite fascinating, really. The Kojin language has many similarities with ancient Hingan, you see. And in ancient Hingan, the word for green, au, can mean green and or blue. Though I do the word a disservice by even attempting to translate it, so steeped in meaning as it is. Why they elected to keep calling themselves the Blue in modern times is anyone's guess. I, for one, much prefer Kojin of the Au, but one theory posits that they prefer the sound of the word blue when spoken. Another is that they are physically incapable of distinguishing between the two, which would have interesting implications in their everyday lives. All things considered, that went rather well, thanks to Soroban, that is. There's no denying that they were Imperials, and wearing the same uniforms as the ones outside the consulate. Though we Kojin of the Sea, we often come ashore to sell our wares and pursue your markets. It is my hope that an arrangement with the East Alderaan Trading Company will help us to more quickly obtain the treasures that we seek. Lise would like to ask Gyoto a few questions. Right then, Gyoto should be coming around soon. I think it's time we had a little chat, don't you? Rise and shine, little fishy. I know you can hear me, so stop pretending to be asleep, or I'll give you another ride on my boot. No, 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 no more boots. All my secrets are yours for the asking. Tell us what you know about Yugiri and Gogetsu, every last detail. And if I find out later that you lied to me... No, 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 no more lies. The clear, unvarnished truth. You have my word. Only the samurai did I meet. Yes, yes, only him. He asked after Shep, so I provided an introduction to the Garleans. You mean you led him into a trap, as you did us, because you were an Imperial spy? No, no, I am no spy. It was just business. Fewer ships pass through Kugane these days, and we have struggled to make ends meet. So when the Garleans offered a bounty for any Domans found in Kugane... Oh, my mistake. You're not a spy, but a common cutthroat. Not that I'm surprised. You'd have a brain to be a spy. So what happened to the samurai? Such a cruel, vicious tongue you have. He would not go quietly. No, no. Blades were drawn, men were cut down, and the Setsugami came. They took the samurai away. Hold on a moment. You mean to tell me that the Injin the Injin that you arrested the other day was Gogetsu? Oh, had I but known! If he is in the custody of the Sekigumi, I need only see it to the requisite funds find their way to the right official's hands, and your friend will walk free. As it is in Ul'dah, so it is in Kugane. But given the circumstances, it seems we have no choice but to resort to morally questionable means. We'll make a pragmatist of you yet, Master Alphino. I have given you everything you have asked for, yes, yes? Then there is no need for me to remain your prisoner. One of these days, I may just punch that man in the face. I hope I never have to carry a Namazu again. He's not heavy, but God's the smell. I'm glad we finally learned what happened to him, but do we really need to stir up all that trouble to do so? Never laid eyes upon the sacred treasures of Eorzea. My heart fair trembles with excitement at the thought. I didn't think to include bribes when I was calculating our budget for this trip. You are free to wait here while I speak with the relevant official. But if you would rather wait for Gogetsu outside the barracks, we can go together. I wouldn't put it past the Imperials to try something again, so maybe it would be best if at least Akali and I joined you. Alright, but what about Gyodo? I will keep an eye on him for the time being. We can release him after you return with Gogetsu. He will doubtless have some choice words to say to the little fellow. Soban, mayhap it would be prudent to prepare your ship for our immediate departure. As you wish. Everything is in order. Then let us be off. The Setsugumi barracks are to the north. Let's go
I
get
like that you give Gyodo a cute voice.
I know. I could do like... I can't. I was thinking like Jar Jar Binks, like, but I could not actually find it in me to make the sounds of Jar Jar Binks, so I was taking in the breath and I was like, but I couldn't do it. I've been having enough trouble with my voice that I'm not gonna destroy it doing a fucking Namazu. He gets a cute voice. And it can be all the more jarring when his actual voice is there. Yoink. That rocks for me. I hope Hancock is as good as his word. This looks a bit fancy for a barracks, don't you think? I must ask that you wait here. You may be assured this will not take long. Hey, get off the spot. Get off the spot! No. Is it really going to be as simple as he says, do you think? Thank you. You were exactly on it. He said it wouldn't take long, right? Because this feels a bit long to me. Calm down, Lise. Everything is going to be alright. Much as I hate to admit it, I share Hancock's dim view of government officials and their supposed incorruptibility. From what I gleaned to the Far East, they're probably exchanging lengthy pleasantries. This seems to be a correct way to do everything here, bribery being no exception. I say we leave it to them, right, Akali? Right, everything's fine, probably. I mean, it couldn't be as bad as the last time we stood around waiting for something to happen.
How about you?
Was that? That was Gazetsu. I'm sure of it. He's in trouble. Lise, wait!
I suppose we should follow her then.
Victory to the samurai!
How many is that now? 10 in a row?
Gazetsu!
Oh! This is a surprise! What in blue blazes are you three doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. We've been looking all over for you, and then I suddenly heard you screaming.
It would seem there has been a misunderstanding. Allow me to explain.
I got arrested, and then my my charisma check, I just crit that shit.
So, in summary, you started a brawl with some off-duty Imperial soldiers and were subsequently arrested by the Sekisukumi, whom you somehow befriended and convinced to set you free if you could defeat a given number of them in single combat.
10 bouts for my freedom, aye. 'Tis but a pity you came too late to witness the last one. And with that, I'm free to go, yes?
Our word once given may not be broken, but we pray you make every effort to avoid future altercations. Circumstances notwithstanding, my lord, we are honored and grateful to have witnessed firsthand the skill of a Doma samurai.
That's Ingrid's voice.
Ah. And we had just concluded negotiations. I gather my assistance was not required.
I like how these people, these guards of this city was like, and they'll kill you. They'll cut you right in half. They won't even arrest you. They'll just murder you. And then Gogetsu won his freedom, instantly, basically. But you can win your freedom if they do happen to, if you just beat them in some combat. It's fine.
Well, you gotta have a good charisma check and the strength to do so.
Charisma and strength rolls. Understood.
I mean, I couldn't do that. I've got the strength, but not the charisma.
'Twas for naught. At least our friend in the Setsugami is willing to consider this an investment of sorts, a payment against future misunderstandings. To be honest, I wish I had seen that fight. Just when I think I've heard everything. Alright, this will be the last quest we do. For a man who has just defeated 10 samurai in a row, Gogetsu is looking rather sheepish. I must apologize that you endured such trials and tribulations in search of me. There's no need for that. We had no way of knowing we would come looking. There's no need for that. You had no way of knowing we would come looking for you. You were after a ship to take you to Doma, yes? It just so happens we have found a willing captain. Truly, what fortune! We will tell you all about it back at the company offices. Alphino and Tataru are waiting for us there. Gogetsu, think the 12 you are unharmed. As you can see, Master Alphino, I am the very picture of hell. You, vile fiend, malevolent trickster, how kind the kami are to grant me vengeance so soon. But first, I demand you return the coin you so villainously embezzled from me. You have every right to be angry, good sir. Gladly would I return to you your coin had I not been forced to repay certain gambling debts beforehand. Setting that matter aside for the moment, where is Lady Yaguri? Was she not traveling with you? For a time, aye, but we parted ways some while ago to better improve the chances of finding Lord Hien. Lord Hien? Forgive me, I have yet to explain. Lord Hien is the heir to Doma's throne, and our master. His was a passionate voice for the cause of Doman liberation, and when we learned of the Emperor's death, it only grew louder. So you seized upon the opportunity and rose up to reclaim your freedom, only for your hopes to be dashed when Xenos led his army onto your lands. The Crown Prince was a merciless foe. Against him and the might of the 12th, we had no chance. Once Lord Hain understood this, he begged Yaguri to take to the sea with as many of our people as possible. He, however, would stand and fight, that they might have more time to escape. I remained by his side as well, and together we carried on our doomed war. And then, one day, in a fierce battle we were separated. I knew not what became of him, only that he was beyond the Empire's reach, and that to find him I would need Yaguri's aid. The situation grew more perilous by the day, and for the new Viceroy, Ugetsu, a black-hearted villainess who delights in the torment of our people, there is naught that she would do to further her pursuit of Lord Hien. Thank you. I believe that makes my matters a good deal clearer. It would please you to learn that we have come to the aid of the Doman Liberation Front in resuming their efforts to overthrow their imperial oppressors. Then allow me to join you. My inquiries here bear no fruit, hence my desire to return to Athard. Once there, I can lead you to our headquarters in Yangsha, where we shall all be reunited with Yugiri. Mayhap not all. Alphino's talents would seem better applied here in Kugane, working closely with Tataru and Hancock to feed us intelligence. There is a Garlean embassy just down the road, after all. While I appreciate your vote of confidence, I should be glad to accompany you all. As a soldier in the field, so to speak, come now, brother. A competent commander assigns his soldiers the tasks best suited to them, as you of all people should know. And you are so very good at espionage and intrigue. For we all must serve, each in our own way. Very well. It would seem my place is here. Soroban is waiting at the pier. Have fun, you lot!
We just let that little fishy listen to our whole thing?
Yeah, we're stupid.
Okay.
I should have. I gotta touch the rock. I know Alphino can hold his own in a fight, but he is plainly better suited to more cerebral tasks. Surely I'm not alone in thinking that. The one's smaller than the Misery. A lot smaller. Oh, yeah, it is. Kojin captain, a fine choice. Only Confederate sailors rival their knowledge and skill. Been waiting for you, my friends. All preparations have been completed, and my ship awaits its passengers. Shall we depart without further delay? After you, my shelled friend. If you insist. With me, everyone. The Ruby Sea awaits.
I remember the water, how it turned crimson in the morning sun. A shimmering sea of rubies, stretching from horizon to horizon. You could almost believe it went on forever. But beyond that red expanse lay a land in turmoil. On the shores of Othard, our Doman brothers struggled in vain.
What is that giant jumping puzzle?
It's not a jumping puzzle. So, you know, it's not really well explained. Because I haven't finished Heaven on High. So, you know, Palace of the Dead, where you go deep, 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 200 floors underground?
Yeah.
The, like, dungeon crawl? This is the Stormblood version of that. And you go up, up, up. That's 100 floors. Yeah. How wide and beautiful she is, the Ruby Sea, filled with promise and adventures and treasures, many wonderful treasures. Woe betide any enemy foolish enough to attack by sea. Now, if the Garleans were going to bring their airships, on the other hand. Somewhere out there, across the water, is Yugiri and Kogetsu's homeland. And that is where we are going to call it for today, and we will continue off here tomorrow. And we'll see how far we get. And then there won't be an hour eaten up by side quest or job quest. So we'll get a lot done tomorrow. All right, you good, Q?
Yeah.
No questions?
Nah.
Alright, thank you so very, very much for being here. I'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST with more Final Fantasy XIV. And we will move along this story. Thank you so much for being here. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I wish you all a very lovely evening, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.